Hey, welcome to the Art Clan. This is Rooster. I'm going to be giving you a quick rundown of everything within our clan Discord. So once you get in, you're going to start by reading all the rules, reacting that you've read the rules. This will prompt one of the admins to move you to the recruit panel. Once you're in the recruit panel, this will give you access to everything else in the Discord. So we're just going to go one by one down and kind of explain everything. So wipe check-in, this is where you're going to see what server we're playing on, what time it'll be wiping, and then we have a pre-wipe meeting 30 minutes before every wipe. And then you have different emojis here that you can react to. So if you're attending on time, you can go ahead and check that. If you're joining late, check right there, and then if you're busy, put it in there. This will also be where the server connect link will be, right here. If you're attending late or can't attend at all, we just require you to go to inactivity reason and just write like a brief description of why you're not attending, whether it be you're on vacation or you have work or so forth. This will also go for practices. So if you click in this practice, if you're not attending or joining late, you just also throw in the inactivity reason right here of what's kind of going on. Just something brief so that we know that, you know, you're not just skipping 3 wipes in a row just to go play with another clan or something like that. Practices have a little bit more info on them because we'll give out different ideas that we're kind of thinking about doing for practice. So you're going to want to look in here and react to which thing you want to do for practice. Team composition, this is going to be out probably a day or so before wipe, and this is going to show what role we're asking you to do, what role your friend might be doing, if you're the lead of that role or something like that. So you definitely want to check this out, because if there's any questions or issues, this needs to be handled before wipe. So definitely keep that in mind to take a look over there. Tags, this is something that you need to put in your Steam profile name before wipe. If you get into wipe and you've made it all the way through the queue and then somebody sees that you don't have this in there, we're going to ask you to leave the server and then go put that in your Steam profile or Steam name. This helps us prevent ghosters, people trying to ghost into the clan, specifically because that certain A right there doesn't work perfectly, but it's definitely something that we require to play with us. Doesn't have to be in your Discord name, even though you'll see like a lot of people put it in their Discord name and stuff like that, but definitely in your Steam name. Profile pictures, that's just a quick, you don't have to do that, but if you wanted to use one of the Steam profile pictures, they're there. Reports, code cords, so if you need the door cords or where we're building the base, they'll be in here. We don't say them in voice chat due to, in case somebody's like streaming or something like that, we don't want to get stream sniped. So if you ask for it in a voice chat, somebody will just refer you to this. Strikes, this is a strike system. So if you are mucking up communications, not leading or not listening to somebody or something like that, you'll start to acquire some strikes in here. Once you get too many strikes, we'll kind of pull you aside, give you a little talking to, tell you like, hey, we're having issues with this. If we have to pull you away too many times, you'll kind of get reviewed to see if you're still a good fit in the clan. So you definitely don't want to acquire a bunch of strikes here. No fly list, this is if you're constantly crashing minis or doing a bunch of silly stuff with the minis or the scrap helis, you'll be put on the fly list. Once you make it to this list, you pretty much can't fly any of that, and if you get caught flying, you'll get a strike, and you'll get a pretty fat strike for that, because minis and stuff like that kind of tend to get expensive. Strategies, this is just like a little strategies talk to talk about different strategies we want to do or implement. Callouts, this is callouts for different monuments and stuff. Recruit introduction, this gives you like a little rundown of everything that we've talked about today in case you wanted to see it in words and not have to go through this entire video looking for something specific. Some of this is just fill-in stuff, so clips is just random people's clips of in-game or whatever, animals, people's animals. Team chat, this is kind of where everybody's going to talk about stuff that's happening with Rust, or if they want to run a wipe in between the clan wipe or something like that. Base team, so all these different monument team, builder team, farmer team, all this stuff right here is kind of those different groups talking about, the builders might be talking about implementing a new style of base, farm team might talk about, you know, different areas that they want to farm or strategies, whether it be like, you know, 2 people watching over the farmers or something like that. So this is kind of where different groups talk about stuff. All these required. So once we're in wipe, if you need the farmers to start switching from farming wood to farming stone, you'll just go in there and, you know, just chat, put in there, hey, farmers, can you switch to stone? And then they'll see it in there. That way we don't muck up communications. Queue, this is where you'll just put in, you know, if you're in the queue, just put in that you're at queue 72 or something like that. That way we know where people are. Loot deposit, so we ask that people, if you're bringing home like a bunch of stone or a bunch of components, just, you know, screenshot it real quick, throw it in here so that we know everybody's kind of pulling their weight and stuff. And if somebody's like, you know, so-and-so isn't pulling their weight or this and that, we can kind of go back and look and be like, no, he is pulling his weight, he just brought like 4 inventories of sulfur back or so on. So it kind of keeps everybody accountable. Pre-wipe meeting right here. This is where 30 minutes before the wipe, we'll get everybody in here, talk about it, try to hype everybody up, and get ready for the wipe. Queue talk. So after this pre-wipe meeting, everybody will go into base team waiting to join the server. If you happen to jump into the queue, so you joined and you're, you know, at 150 person queue, we just ask that people switch to the queue talk. This allows people that got into the server to have communications with the people also in the server, and people aren't just, you know, having side conversations while waiting in the queue. And then you'll pretty much stay in this for about an hour until the base starts getting set down, and then the monument team, farm teams, and so on will be in their own little voice channels. Now, if you are within the area of base, within a square, most of the time the farmers as well will always just stay in this base team channel. A monument team, if they're coming in from a monument, they need to jump back into the base team channel when you're in within a square, letting us know that, hey, base team's coming back. This gives us a chance to tell everybody within the base team, like, hey, don't shoot the people coming in, because you might not be in the same team UI. If we're playing with, you know, 30 people, like, you can't fit everybody in the same team. So if your green markers don't pop up and you didn't tell the base team that you're coming in, you're probably going to get shot, and then you know, you got to take the time to respawn, get meted up and kitted up and stuff like that. So we want to try to prevent those things from happening. So that's all the different voice channels down there. You have your profile link right here that we just ask everybody to put their profile and Steam 64 ID. That way, if we're giving VIPs out or something like that, we have all your information right there. That's pretty much it for this. If you had any more questions or anything, you know, just DM one of the captains or one of the people that have been in the server for a while. They'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But